true. I gotta learn to say no. Yeah, I'm not doing nothing, but I am not free. I am protecting my time. I'm protecting my space. Be dangerously disciplined. Oof, I like that. Dangerously disciplined could be a shirt. Yo, Max, so we're out here trolling. I'm pretty sure this was yesterday. I'm trolling for some reason. And I said, Max, you should make a shirt because Max is like the honorary guy. Like if there's merchandise to be made, if there is t-shirts to be printed with a funny logo, Max the first person that comes to mind. I'm like offhanding it on the. I don't even think Max was on the call. He sends me a text of the "Get Rich or Die Trying" with the Trump face on it t-shirt. I'm like, bro, why could these low key go? I'd be outside the next rally going crazy. Max, we have a saying here in the States. I don't know if you know this. It's called selling like hotcakes, right? That's what would happen. All right, I'm done joking around. Are we on YouTube? Oh, we are live. Welcome back, everybody. Another Sunday market outlook. We just finished up a nice session here with the VIP members. W Amanda, W Bobby. They sent their markups here in the chat. We were just doing some reviews. Pretty simple trades lined up for this week. We're going to go through some fundamentals, kind of look at the data of releases for the week. Also, have to give an update on the Trump situation. First, I know we were kind of lighthearted on the last stream. Was not aware that there was other casualties in the crowd. So first, I really do want to send out. I'll turn on my camera for this one. I want to say condolences to the families of the people there. Just trying to go to a rally, right? People just trying to go to concerts, rallies, whatever it is, and you get hit by some unfortunate circumstance that wasn't even meant for you. Tragic. So, prayers up to their families dealing with that. And I don't know. It was a we were very close. All right. I think we were very close to avoiding, or we were very close to a civil war, I think. I think it would have been that bad. I know we had talked about this on the stream, but now that things have settled, the dust has settled, shooter's been neutralized and identified. Now, really, we're just kind of thinking about there's people that just showed up to this event and didn't get to go home. So prayers up to their families. Sorry for the lighthearted demeanor on the last stream. We were dealing with the news as it came out. You guys know how it is. All right. He said, don't know what this is. Max, welcome to the States, brother. We'll show you around. He said, we're selling like hotcakes. Okay. So actually, let's do an update on the Trump situation. Trump did get grazed in the ear. Obviously, everyone's seen the photos. It's all the news cycles are talking about. So let me hit a different angle that maybe mainstream media is not talking about. What are the implications of Trump basically surviving an assassination attempt on the presidential campaign? So first, everyone's assuming, and probably assuming correctly, that Trump just basically won the campaign off this because we have President applesauce for brains versus guy who just survived getting assassinated. There's Reagan, Kennedy, and Trump. He basically just solidified himself in the history books forever. I mean, he didn't solidify himself like this. The circumstance happened a few centimeters away from a headshot. You guys understand like the stakes that were in play here? And so clearly, I think this is the path to the presidency. Knowing Trump, he's not going to change his behavior, meaning he's still going to go to the rallies. He's going to be in Wisconsin next week. And knowing Trump, he's not going to approve bulletproof glass in front of the podium because it's not a show of strength. So, can he continue to be an open target for the rest of this campaign? He does have to make it the next 4 months, and it's very clear that there's people crazy enough to go for assassination attempts. But knowing Trump, he might be at UFC events. He's going to be at the rallies, and so this is a dangerous 4 months. He has a guaranteed path to the presidency. If he hit the Joe Biden from 2020 sort of like hide in the bunker approach and just didn't do anything else, these stories would continue to propagate and it'd be a clear path. But he's going to be outside. So that's the angle that I think most people aren't going to be talking about, which is the security risk over the next 4 months, because now shit's real. Like, okay, the earshot with the whole photo, it doesn't seem like a big deal. You're inches away from a headshot. This could have gone a completely different direction. You would have had people protesting in the streets or rioting or whatever. You would have had counter protesters in the streets, and it would have escalated. And thankfully, none of that happened. So this is just a weird. I didn't have that in my bingo cards when we started off this year, but here we are. Okay. So two casualties at the event. Somebody that was behind Trump. It was a untrained shooter. Just judging by the way that they shot, there was a few professional breakdowns of how professional snipers would never shoot that many rounds in a row because it would expose your position. So clearly, this person didn't know or didn't care about getting caught because he knew they weren't making it out of this alive. They were untrained, and there was a huge gap in the security apparatus there. Where how does somebody climb whatever the hell it was and get up to that region? Like Secret Service is supposed to have every inch of the perimeter locked down. So I think this is going to be a massive wake up call to the security apparatus. I think they're going to give RFK that security detail that they've been kind of dangling over his head. Because yeah, I'm telling you guys, shit's real. What else happened? Any more updates? Shooters neutralized, two casualties, few injuries. Trump is good. He was tweeting, show of strength. Okay, covered all the bases. Any questions? Are we good? If his entrance song at the next rally is Many Men by 50 Cent, bro, yo, if he does that, first off, Max, we're printing the shirts on a dime, but we're calling everybody. I'm gonna be in WhatsApp group chats with people in every part of the world trying to make these shirts happen. But if he does that, guaranteed winning the presidency. But I might let him, I don't know, but I'll write his name in the ticket for the next one too. I don't know. Okay. Manufacturing Fed Chair Powell speaks on Monday, is tomorrow at the Economic Club of Washington, D.C. Big, what do I say? Melting pot of cultural elites in DC, rubbing shoulders, having dinner, and then being asked questions. We'll see. There's very important people in this room that actually care about what the Fed is doing right now because it affects every aspect of their business. So for the first time ever, it's not like a kind of a buddy thing. It's like, when are you cutting rates? And everyone's looking at Powell, and so he's going to have to come with some firepower here. When he's talking to academics and economists, he seems to be a lot more comfortable. When he's talking to the media, he has his talking points. But when he's talking to the large scale capital allocators, the banks, and some of those folks, they're in the audience. He's on tip top shape. So I'm actually looking forward to this one. Right at noon tomorrow, we'll be covering that live on this channel. Core retail sales, important. And then we have retail sales here, excluding automobiles. So automobile sales seems to be down, but everything else on a month by month still trending upwards. Core retail sales is a proxy for GDP growth. Okay, so if people are especially in America, because the American consumer makes up a huge part of our GDP and global GDP too. So if retail sales is good, typically that's indicative of healthy economy. Businesses are making money. Corporations are posting positive revenue numbers. Their stocks go up. If their stocks go up, Nasdaq goes up. So how does this all relate from the economy over to markets? Very clear difference is when you're paying for stuff, typically, I mean, there's mom and pop shops, of course, but if you're shopping at a multinational brand or an international company, whatever, all of that is going to go into their earnings reports. And if they continue to sell stuff, they continue to post positive numbers, and then their stock goes up. And so if you're just talking about how the NASDAQ goes up, how does that impact it? All these different factors impact the decisions that investors make to put money behind stocks. Building permits, not interested. Industrial production, early indicator, but not really not my focus. Economic outlook, hosted by the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas. Okay. We'll get to hear Waller speak. Maybe 9:35 a.m. on a Wednesday. Yeah, we'll pull that up. Euro monetary policy statement. So we're going to see if they cut rates over in Europe. We saw the beginning of the rate cutting cycle where, you know, the Eurozone and Canada at the same time started, they didn't really have a massive rate cut. I think it was 25 basis points, but they started the cutting cycle. And so now the question is this like a consistent thing? Are they really on a path to lower interest rates and bring them back down to maybe not pre-COVID levels, but back to like a normalized level to stimulate their economy? You only lower interest rates, like unless you like really have to, you only really lower interest rates when your economy's in the dirt because you want to stimulate the economy. And so when we're seeing Canada and Europe lower their interest rates, it's like, yes, they're trying to ease the pressure on businesses or whatever. They're trying to stimulate the economy by any means necessary. They have to get money back moving. And usually making money more accessible and cheaper to borrow is how you incentivize uh, liquidity, right? Get your money moving by lowering the rates. Unemployment claims, that's weekly. Um, Philly Fed, ECB press conference. We'll watch the press conference. It's going to be right after the policy statement. So that's going to be good. We'll get to see Christine Lagarde show her, I'll say true colors, but we'll get to see her shine. Leg down, leg up on NAS and US 30. C4. So talking about legs and stuff, man. What are we talking about right now? Oh, he's talking about legs. All right. Max, what were you laughing at? I know I just said a lot in a short amount of time. That's why YouTube is recorded. Okay. So this,
About releasing the T-shirt.
bro, on a heartbeat, I'm telling you, I'm in group chats with the Chinese in 30 seconds. If he comes out to many men, I promise you, I'm on YouTube live streaming the shirt release. It would go
Let's
crazy.
go.
All right, so we have this area of support here. The market started to, this is basically a common reversal pattern where the market goes from a very aggressive and sort of consistent, impulsive momentum, and then starts to kind of slow down in its momentum. It does, this is called a three drive pattern, where the market will try to, basically, it's inducing buyers. Okay, let's keep the party rolling. And then when you go in for the third time, it's a false break. You have a nice reset of this, like, this whole impulse. And then occasionally we have a second leg of this move, which I think could happen. We'll talk about that here in a second. So volume slowed down. You can tell by how choppy and how small the candle volume is compared to, let's say, these impulsive runs here. And so we kind of created this channel, and then we had a nice reversal, clear impulsive wick to the top, and then just crashed right below. So we've broken through these levels. This is the neckline of that entire like channel thing. Okay, so that's why I wanted to point that out. This is that zone. Then when we look down, we have this big impulsive move, and then the next area of support is right here. So we look at the bigger scale impulsive wave, came down. We've basically already retested that entire wave. So that's done. So there's two things that are going to happen. If the market can break above the 20,400 and create a new support, so just maintain above, have candles closing above. And I'm not talking about candles that are indecision, kind of hugging price. Ideally, you want to see wicks through the zone, but bodies closing above. You want to see at least sellers try to push price down, but buyers are holding consistently above that price. Then I would entertain buys at that level. Right now, I'm kind of hoping that we can't break above. We come down to that 20,230. Okay. And then we have the move up. So there's like three scenarios. Number one is, this is the most likely, is just a retest of this impulsive wave. And then we're at least going to head up to this 20,400. I don't know if we'll be able to break. So it's going to go like this. I don't know if we'll break. If it just crashes, so be it. We're still going to take advantage of that move right there. So that's scenario one. Scenario two would be a break above, create a new floor, wick down. We enter at the wick, then take this up. That's two. And then three. Three is markets move in twos. We've already had a big drop right here. It's kind of taken out a lot of the pressure that's been building up. We've just been having all this buying momentum for this entire move basically since the beginning of July. So all of July has been bullish, and now we're kind of getting that retest. Markets typically move in twos, and so we could see another equal size move down to this next level before we have kind of some sideways motion and then a continuation back up. And so if I have to assign a probability, because that's our job as traders, is we never know what's going to happen next, but we can assign a probability to these three scenarios. Scenario one, where we get this move, I'm going to have to say that that one is 80% plus. That's how confident I feel that we're going to take that trade and that trade's going to play out. Beautiful. The second one, where we just break above and create a new floor, very likely if the market's aggressive and we're actually going to recover bullish, and this is the recovery wave, this is actually the most likely scenario. I just don't think that this is the recovery wave. All right, but we have to see how price reacts here. Right now, I'd give it about a 30%. If the market breaks above and creates a new floor, it's moving up to the 80% plus. This is the percentages or the likelihood that this is going to happen. Okay, this is my guess and my assumption because we don't know what's going to happen next, but you can use your understanding of markets, your strategy, and your experience to basically assign a probability to these things happening. And then the big drop down, like obviously it's conditional of how price reacts when it comes back to retest this level, but that's a cop-out answer, right? Because obviously if it comes down and gives us the confirmation, we know. But if I had to assign a probability for this drop, I want to say it's 50% plus. Well, I want to say it's 60% plus. All right, so I know we're going to get this move. Okay, I don't know, but I have a high probability guess that we're going to get that move. And then this next leg, right? As soon as we get to that one, the parlay kind of starts to get more specific. So I'll be able to move up that probability. Okay, I hope that made sense. I know some people get confused by numbers. I don't know, maybe trading's not for you. I don't know, right? But that was a pretty simple example of how you don't know what's going to happen next. You might have multiple scenarios, but you have to assign a probability based on your own discretion, which is hard. Without experience, it's hard. Okay. So I know that we have a magnet here at 24. We're looking at gold now on the higher time frames. Long story short, the market was kind of stuck in this area here. We were looking at this entry price, first target got hit and then broken and retested. And now we have this impulsive move. 786, I'll tell you guys right now, if you're paying attention on the stream still on a Sunday, congratulations, because that level right there, you're welcome for gold. Okay. Yeah. Probably heading back down to the 2387. So if you're using the Fibonacci model, you go top to bottom, 786, retest of the 61. That's going to be the next area of interest right here. If it holds support, which means it's going to breach under, but then hold support, then that's going to be the new buy zone. We'll get down to the 4-hour, 1-hour, trade this local structure. If it closes below, comes up for a retest, and then the candles are closing under, it's going to head down to the next target and then potentially rebalance the whole thing. Okay, which can happen on gold. You can see these massive drops here. Keep in mind all markets, especially commodities and equities. I said this on Saturday. Commodities and equities go up like the stairs, but down like the elevator. And with gold, sometimes it just gets kicked out the window. It gets Spartan kicked right into that little pit from that movie 300. So buying it at a sell zone, stupid move. Wait for the liquidity, kind of the pressure to be out the balloon, and then buy it at a discounted level. Very straightforward. How does that look on the 4-hour? We'll cross that bridge when we get there, it seems like. Clean double top here at the 786. Okay, here's how this looks on the smaller time frames. The market creates support here. So now you kind of have this like consolidation forming. What you'd want to see is ChartAddicts members on the Zoom, you guys know what I'm talking about. You'll see duck, and then goose. So goose is never random. It's always going to a higher time frame liquidity zone. And so that would be a perfect play. If you don't catch that leg down, you can always get it on the way back in and then on the retest. Okay, so definitely not buying up here. If we create this range and then we test below the range and kind of, come down here, we can grab a discounted entry below that little consolidation here, this local consolidation. All right, we'll be doing all this on the fucking stream. Oh, I can't curse. Shouldn't curse. We'll be doing all of this live on the streams every morning. You guys can follow along with my trades, and you guys get how it is. MNQU24 is looking to slowly creep up right now, but no volatility. Yeah, time to roll over some of those contracts. If there's no volume, try rolling over your contracts. Talking about legs, because we run in to the money. Well, we're letting the money come to us, my bro. All right. Does money grow on trees? If you're a trader, maybe, right? Kind of feels like that sometimes, which is why most of you struggle. You've been told money don't grow on trees for so long that when a trade is just running in your favor and just giving you everything you want, you're like, oh, how do I fuck this up? Well, maybe you don't have to. Maybe you don't have to fuck this up. Maybe you just, let the trade ride, make some money. Who knows? What do I know? Okay, looks like the DXY is finding some support at the previous magnets don't lie super secret magnet indicator. Can't fight it, can't beat it, can't touch it. Undefeated, undisputed. Only on the Chart Addicts live streams. You're welcome. Back at the magnet zone, now retesting a support. But maybe it's all random. Who knows? We hit the second magnet target, came down to our previous magnet zone, came back up to retest the magnet level just as a resistance, just for fun. Chart Addicts members, does the DXY hit at 886 as well? Body to wick? Yeah, yeah, it does. Come on now. Come on now. Yes, the strategy is nice like that. So what am I seeing for the dollar? Whenever you're at support, you're looking for a temporary bounce. So dollar up, Euro USD down. Okay. And obviously we'll have a confirmation later this week. US 30 has been moving very clean, but it seems like it has not done the rebalancing required. Like it hasn't done that big drop that Nasdaq did. So I'll be on the lookout for that channel that Nasdaq had made where volume starts to slow down and try to see if the volume is going to slow down here on US 30 and do a massive drop the same way that Nasdaq did. Now, there's a lot of reasons why Nasdaq is underperforming. Basically, you all of these AI companies and let's say the Googles and the Microsofts that were implementing AI technology, they're raising or spending tens or hundreds of billions of dollars trying to be on the cutting edge of innovation, but with zero products to market. So it's like it's cool. You got your investors in there, and everyone's kind of along for the ride. Oh, Nvidia's worth $1 trillion or whatever. Without a product to market, what are you doing? Mimicking voices, mimicking doing AI generated images. $100 billion. You're spending 30 billion a year. What are we doing here? So I think that there's been a little bit of a wake up call that the I want to say the AI bubble, but this temporary small bubble of AI is resetting. People got way too hyped up on it, and there's going to be the next one is going to be even bigger. So same with cryptos, same with all technologies. There's always the mania, and then there's time for like real developments to happen, and there's another mania and another mania. So I'm looking forward to the crypto mania next year in 2025. So this is your daily reminder to look into crypto before next year. Not even look into it. You better, if you don't load your bags, you don't want to chase price at the top, right? So there's not financial advice, like, but I would never want to wait until everyone's talking about it, until my mom's asking me about it, until the Uber driver's calling me about it, to start putting money in at Bitcoin at 100 grand or something. Because now it's the new hype. When it dips down to 50, 40, 30, that's where you got to take action. It's not about thinking about it. It's not about reading about it. Once it gets down to that price, you got a choice to make. You better have made the choice before the market moves, though, because you can't make a lot of decisions in the heat of battle. You got to train. You can't just be like, oh, I'm in war. We figure this all out from scratch. Like, no, go to training first, maybe. Like, what are we doing here? Breach the door. There's the whole procedure and thing, you know? How about the Russell 2000? How about it, man? I got my coins already, and one I want to invest in. Don't put all your eggs in one basket either. This is not financial advice, but you never know what's going to pop off the most or overperform. So make sure that you know find a few names and just let it go. But I mean, guys, Chart Addicts members, just tell me what I'm looking at here. Just put it in the Zoom chat. I'm not even going to say anything on YouTube. This is just ridiculous. Like, is this even real? That never touched the 886. That's sketchy. Yeah. You guys heard it here. Keep an eye out because US 30 hasn't crashed. If the volume starts to slow down here and just starts to get like real choppy, might be looking at a bigger drop than anticipated. But we'll go for the first, you know, members, you know what I'm talking about. We'll go for the first entry first. All right. I'm in US 30 shorts at 42.50. Everybody say RIP C4. All right. Very appropriate name today. You're about to blow up your trading account. Oh God. Jokes, just jokes. Please don't blow your just risk management is key, especially when you're trying to guess the top of the market. Sell side liquidity taken. We found him. We found him, guys. We found the dude who watched too many of the videos. We got him. There he is. Would you be, and there's nothing wrong with that FDL. If you're a studier, okay, the more you learn, the more you earn. I love it. Sell side liquidity taken. What? Would you be able to go through the chart on Russell 2K? It's a joke, guys. I know what sell side liquidity is. Can you just let me fucking troll somebody for I've been on this, I've been on calls for the last 3 hours, right? I know YouTube doesn't let me curse and whatever. Can you guys just let me troll, right? You know, troll me in the chats, I can troll you back. Why not? Right? It's all good. Can we go to the chart for Russell 2000? Yeah, we'll do it. C4, I meant that though. You on the short side of this, baby? Yeah. C4 on the account, but please, risk management is king. Russell 2000. Let's go. Okay, iShares with your choppy ass chart. Can we get somebody else? How is it iShares? And then, well, so I guess the NYSE is where it's listed, but iShares is doing the quoting and it's trash. What quote are you using, bro? Give me the name. He says, sorry, C4, that joke was gold, but it was solid. And that was on the spot too. 52 people watching, please like the live. Well, they can do whatever they want for real. As long as y'all make money and take the trade, that's all I care about. Because then at least you can't say that you didn't come here and make money. So pay attention for like 20 minutes on a Sunday, rack up all your trade ideas for the week, pull the trigger when it comes time. Don't hesitate. And then just make sure to give us a shout out or two, man. Don't be out here stingy with your fucking, with the flowers you're giving out, man. Gotta give it the credit. All right. Russell, give me something, dude. E mini Russell? Oh, that could work. Oh, well, cleaner than the fucking other chart. Is E mini for Russell work for you? I'm on futures M2. Oh, let's see what we got here. Oh, this chart is crazy. Why is the Russell crushing? Hold on. I gotta find out why some of these indices are crushing and some aren't. Let me see where's NVIDIA. Uh, no big changes here yet. Nice double top here, lower high, not looking too hot. Whenever you get a top, you get that kind of bunny ear situation. You get that Batman ears. Oof. It's the beginning of a long day. So we'll see if NVIDIA continues to crash, but that doesn't really look too severe. Where's Microsoft? A little bit of a dip down. Maybe this is the start of some. Um, nope. They all kind of have that double top sort of potential retracement thing to them, but nothing's really fell off the cliff yet. Tesla's still doing good. What is it? This was Wednesday last week. Yeah, I mean this thing is still ripping. Close below the low, not too good. Maybe it's time for a retracement, but I think maybe it's not the Mag 7. Maybe it's all the other 493 bullshit trash companies that are in the NAS 100 or in the S&P 500. Like the stream, but this is not financial advice. C4, I second that. Okay, you just redeemed yourself. You can short US 30 now. All right, he said go through Bitcoin. All right, let's go through Bitcoin. I don't see anything that's a That's a difference. What I really think is going to happen here is everyone's anticipating the rate cuts this year, and there's going to have no effect at all. And so I think they're letting some air out of the bubble early by shorting Nasdaq, and you're definitely going to buy this thing up later. It's only ever going to be more attractive to buy stocks at the dip. Stocks ain't going nowhere ever. So discounts are discounts. All right. See, this is where the predictions kind of get a little wonky here, right? Does Bitcoin follow the strategy? Jensen, does Bitcoin follow the strategy from breaker to top? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Max, get the shirts ready. They said, Max, fire up the presses. We're dropping 5 more 886 collections. All right. Just for Bitcoin with a Bitcoin logo on it. Because does it work on every time frame on any pair ever? Is the strategy that good? Is this a potential model too? 886, double bottom. Oof. So how do we know if this thing's gonna correct back into the top of the range or it's gonna create some kind of false flag retracement and keep dropping? Uh, how does it react around this level? For me, if I'm going to see a bullish move to the top after we've already established this floor, et cetera, inverted head and shoulders, the easiest and most predictable. Break above the highs, establish a new bullish kind of range, and then come in for the higher low. Beautiful inverted head and shoulders straight to the top of the range. That's the bullish scenario. Now, clearly, as you guys can see here by this beautiful drawing, I'm thinking that Bitcoin's got more room to go. Okay. Now, here's what could happen because right now we're seeing a bit of a surge in commodities and in crypto. We could see a rebound to the top of the range here, maybe a lower high before we get that big drop. I think that we might see one more false rally where everybody starts to kind of get bullish on Bitcoin, thinking it's going to break out of this range and create new highs. A lot of liquidity enters here towards the highs, and that is when a lot of selling happens because people at the top know something we don't, aka recession coming. Let me stack my chips and get my money together. So they sell, and then we buy it up, not just Bitcoin, but all cryptos at the discounts. Make sense? I drew a sell fib on gold wick to wick, and it shows that it retraced the, yep. So how else can I use those levels for confluence to find a better buy entry? That's a solid question, Amanda. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so let me ask you, well, first off, when you're looking at gold, you have to have different levels. So 38 is crucial. Add your 50 and then add the 23.6. So 23.6, 50, and 78. It's like even and odd numbers. It's like for certain pairs, you go 886, 61, 38. And then for other pairs, I go 78, 50. Like UJ, I go 78, 50, and 23.6. Okay. So how would you use that is if you had your 23, it would be right here at this area of support. So you have this big wick, buying pressure right here. Look right. When buyers get anywhere near this zone, if we just had an imaginary line drawn, if they get anywhere near this zone, you see a bounce. Bounce, liquidity grab, but the body of the candle closed above that zone. This is your buy level. Okay, so if you had your 23.6, it'd be sitting right there. And that would be like your last line of defense. Because if it fills the wick, it's going to keep dropping. So I would have a few different areas, of interest. I would use smaller time frames to kind of look at where the areas of support are right here. Willing to bet it lines up with the fib. Okay? Like just gonna be straight up with you. And so yeah, it's gonna play around. Then it might wick through the zone while everybody starts to short it. You can go long at one of these areas of interest. And the reason I'm still bullish on gold for now, even though on the higher time frame, like clearly we have this selling move and then we have a lower high, which is indicative of a bearish reversal. Look at this impulse right here, how aggressively bullish that was. Right. So even though we kind of have this like retracement model here, it's really just consolidating sideways, not really doing anything. All right. So if this is your box, that's your low. The closer to the low, the better. That's your 23.6 fib. And for shorts, this is your resistance and this is your premium. Okay, so your resistance is at the 7.8. When it's there, short it. Here's your support at the 23.6. When it's there, buy it. And if it goes below, buys are valid until it breaks the wick, sells are valid until it breaks the wick. You're welcome. That was a master class. Everybody else just basically got that one for free. Insane. Say W Amanda, for real. Rock solid. And she sends the follow-up, I think. Or was that the same chart? Nope, that's the same chart. Okay. Good stuff. Amanda, solid stuff today. Everybody, send your markups in, man. Okay. Okay. Happy and safe trading, everybody. We'll see you guys live tomorrow morning. We had to extend the drop of the video with Swaggy. It's a little bit longer than I want. We might split it up between the house tour and kind of the tour of like the compound, whatever, and then the actual podcast. But we'll see. We'll clip it up. We'll make sure it's good, and we'll make sure we include timestamps in the description because we're reading these comments and we get it. Long video with Bob Elliott needs timestamps. We got you. Heard you loud and clear. Make sure to hit like and subscribe, everybody. Catch you live tomorrow morning. And prayers up to everybody again. Anybody that was affected by the shooting at the event, and just realize it's a crazy world out there, y'all. Make sure that you're not putting yourself in unnecessary risk and protect yourself at all times, man. Okay? Take it easy, y'all. Peace.